Good evening, everybody, and welcome into Cavalier Field. We join Youth A's Night in progress. I will let you follow along as they recognize the 6U to 17U teams that are part of the Youth A's organization here in Dodge City, the biggest youth organization in Southwest Kansas. We'll join their introductions in progress on the field now.
We have the 13 and under team, coached by Tyler Akers. Up next, the 14 and under team, coached by Jeff Banning. The 15 and under team is coached by David Gonzalez. And finally, this 17 and under team is coached by Taylor Doan. Let's congratulate these teams and coaches on their hard work this season and their work to grow the sport of baseball in Dodge City. Give them a big hand, please. Fans, I'd also like to recognize, and we need to give a big thanks to Lewis Automotive Group for their support of baseball and the Dodge City A's organization, both younger and older. Please give them a hand. If we'll direct our attention to the field, we're going to have our first pitch tonight. Lead them out, Jay, whenever you're ready. Throwing out the first pitches tonight. On behalf of the Lewis Automotive Group is Chloe Gonzalez. We have Grady Shipley and Jackson Shipley. Nice job, Grady. Give him a hand. Next up, we have Chloe. There's a gun. time, Jackson. Nice job, Jax. We all hope you enjoyed tonight's ball game. And now for the starting lineups. For the Fort Collins Foxes, batting first, the shortstop, number 34, Nuri Todd. Batting second, the left fielder, number 3, Joey Little. Batting third, the third baseman, number 9, Phoenix West. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 32, Nicholas Bertucci. Batting fifth, the DH, number 25, James Wright. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 7, Vinny Engel. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 12, and our beer batter tonight, Mike Santos La Placa. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 15, JJ Fontana. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 4, Aiden Krause. Pitching for the Foxes, number 37, Bill Carter. We will have the A's line up after the umpire meeting. Waiting on you, Coach Woodruff. Now for your Dodge City A's starting lineup. Batting first, the shortstop, number 25, Shannon Martin. Batting second, center fielder, number 13, Grant Weiserman. Batting third, the catcher, number 28, Tyler McAvoy. Batting fourth, the DH, number 26, Ryan Buckley. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 24, C.D. Sharple. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 7, Nate Murphy. Batting seventh, right fielder, number 27, Jared Gorsh. Second baseman, number 6, Eric Mendoza. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 9, Zach Mora. Pitching tonight for the A's, number 14, Cole Earhorn.
So there you have it, the starting lineups for the Dodge City A's and the Fort Collins Foxes. We'll take a step aside. It is time for the national anthem here in Dodge City. We'll be back after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Nuri Todd leads off for the Fort Collins Foxes. He takes the first pitch from Cole Airhorn, foul. And the second pitch will come in, hit him on the foot to put a runner on. So that'll bring in Joey Little. Little sends that one up in the air, and it is fielded by the second baseman, Eric Mendoza, for out number 1. One on and one away for the Foxes as we are underway in Game 3 here this evening. It is Youth A's night, and a host of Little Youth A's players in the ballpark. The fake throwdown pitches in for ball number 1. Airhorn misses outside, and the count now 2-0 to Phoenix West. West, the 3-hole hitter for the Fort Collins Foxes, the third baseman tonight. They're over to first, not in time. Three balls and no strikes, the count, with the runner on. Pitch is called strike. Popped foul, and giving chase is the third baseman, but sliding in front of the fence. Nate Murphy chasing after that one. It goes foul, and the count runs full. So the full count and a payoff pitch coming up here. Airhorn comes set, delivers the payoff pitch. It's popped up. Murphy giving chase again, but it will fall foul and out of play. Actually falls on one of the umbrellas down in the beer garden area. Count remains full still. Payoff pitch over again. Comes in, and a called strike. 3. Phoenix West goes down on strikes, and in steps Nicholas Bertucci. The first pitch coming to Bertucci. Nuri Todd goes. A throw down to second. Not in time. Ball 1 issued to Bertucci. Runner on second now, as Todd is still down out at second. Time is called. They're going to go out and check on Todd. Max Carrillo will take over the running duties for the injured Todd. They walk him off the field. So a runner on second, 2 away, and an 1-0 count. Actually, nope, they say it's 0-1. Never mind. So an 0-1 count to Bertucci with 2 away. We'll go back to work with Cole Airhorn on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Delivers outside and low for ball number 1. Mora, Weiserman's, Gorsh, the defensive alignment in the outfield left to right. Murphy, Martin, Mendoza, and Sharples third to first across the infield. Airhorn on the mound, and Tyler McAvoy, the battery behind home plate. That pitch is delivered for ball number 2 to Bertucci. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. So that pitch misses as well, and the count now 3-1. The delivery coming up from Airhorn. Swung on and missed, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch. Swung on again, and that will end the inning as Bertucci goes down on strikes. We're headed to the top, or the bottom of the first. A scoreless ball game. Martin, Weisermans, and McAvoy do up for the A's here in the bottom of the first. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. On a 2-2 pitch, Grant Weisermans grounds down to the first baseman, flips to the pitcher covering, and that will be out number 2. So that'll bring in Tyler McAvoy. Sorry about that. We were having technical difficulties. The internet was not wanting to cooperate for some reason tonight, but I think we've got it fixed, and I think we are online as we should be. We rejoin the game in progress with Tyler McAvoy at bat, an 0-1 count. Is that pitch in for ball or strike number 2? Oh, 2 count to Tyler McAvoy, 2 away for the Dodge City A's, and McAvoy swings on that one, comes up empty, and that will end the inning as we head to the top of the second. The A's go down 1-2-3. We'll be back with 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Foxes. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. James Wright leading off for the Fort Collins Foxes and takes the first pitch from Cole Airhorn for strike number 1. One and one, the count to Wright. Cole Airhorn comes into tonight with a 1-1 record, making his 5th appearance on the mound for the Dodge City A's. That pitch is in for strike number 2. Down in the count, 1-2 is Wright. The 1-2 delivery goes low, and the count evens itself at 1 apiece. The 2-2 pitch coming from Airhorn. Goes outside, gets Wright fishing for a strikeout. And that will move us on to Vinny Engel. One away for the Fort Collins Foxes. The 3rd strikeout of the game for Cole Airhorn. Vinny Engel steps in for the Foxes. Takes the first pitch he sees up high for ball number 1. Engel did not play in last night's game. Takes the pitch, sends it to right field, giving chase. Not able to come up with it. And that'll put a runner on at first. That brings in Mike LaPlaca. LaPlaca in last night's game hit 2 singles. He is the beer batter tonight, so a strikeout means that there will be discounted $1 off beers in the beer cart tonight for the next 15 minutes if there is a strikeout. He takes the first pitch for ball number 1. The A's go with the all-white uniforms tonight. The Foxes countering with grays. Gray pants, gray tops. Their lighter gray center with orange Foxes and numbers on them. A darker gray sleeve with the logo on their left sleeve. At pitch, a throwdown and misses well wide of the second base bag. It'll just be a stolen base to Engel and a 3-0 count. Airhorn last pitched against the Liberal BJs on July the 4th. Went 5 innings in that ball game. He went 5 against the BJs, 5 against the Angels on June the 25th, and 6 against the Cougars on the 17th. His first outing came against the Rough Riders on June the 7th. That pitch misses for a 4-pitch walk. That puts runners on first and second with 1 away. In steps J.J. Fontana for the Fort Collins Foxes. Fontana tonight, the second baseman, was the catcher last night for the Foxes. Cole Airhorn with 20 innings pitched coming in to tonight's contest as Fontana checks his swing and goes around anyway for strike number 1. On 20 innings pitched, Airhorn with a 5.4 ERA, 12 earned runs, 13 total, has struck out 19 and walked 9. At pitch, a high fly ball fielded by the left fielder Mora and going back to second to try to double off Angle, but not getting it done. 2 away. Mora was charging on that one and showing off his speed as he tried to double off the lead runner. Brings in Aiden Kraus. Kraus, the 9-hole hitter, center fielder tonight for the Foxes, takes the first pitch for ball number 1. Another pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. That pitch is popped up. It will go foul and out of play. 2-1, the count now to Aiden Kraus. Kraus, the 9-hole hitter. So the Foxes completing their first trip through the batting order. Two-one pitch from Airhorn goes outside again and makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. The A's have fallen to these Fort Collins Foxes the last 2 nights. Last night, a 17-8 loss to the Foxes, and the night before it was 11-2. That pitch misses, and that will put the bases loaded as the Foxes turn the lineup over. Max Carrillo will take over the leadoff spot for the Foxes. One and one count on Max Carrillo. Carrillo came in for the injured Nuri Todd in the top of the first as that pitch called strike. Has Carrillo down in the count 1-2. Airhorn now at 36 pitches, 18 in 4 strikes. Rio swings on that one, comes up empty, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the second. It is still a scoreless ball game. 4, 5, and 6. Buckley, Sharples, and Murphy due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. 0-1 count on Ryan Buckley as that pitch goes low. Count evens itself at 1 apiece. A's and Foxes in the final game here at Cavalier Field. Hard to believe that the A's just have one remaining home game after tonight. That pitch inside. Count moves 2 balls and 1 strike. So the A's will be off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They will depart on Sunday afternoon to travel to Colorado. Buckley swings and misses on that one. So they'll travel to Colorado. They have a single 9-inning game. There were some calendars that showed a doubleheader on Monday, but it is a single 9-inning game, 6:05 p.m. Mountain Time start for that one. And it will be in Fort Collins against these very Fort Collins Foxes. The count runs full as the pitch goes inside. We will see a payoff pitch here from Phil Carter. Little, Kraus, Bertucci, the defensive alignment left to right in the outfield. West, Carrillo, Fontana, and LaPlaca, third to first across the infield. Phil Carter on the mound. Vinny Engel, the battery behind home plate. Buckley goes down on strikes as he comes up empty on a swing, and that brings in C.D. Sharples. The first pitch to Sharples, and for strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch. Carter working from the first base side of the rubber. Comes set, delivers a curveball that catches the zone and has Sharples down in the count 0-2. The A's went down 1-2-3 in the first inning. The pitch fouled. Count remains 0-2. The 0-2 again. Cut off by the second baseman Fontana. Keeping his foot on the bag is LaPlaca, and out number 2. So 2 away as Nate Murphy steps in. Murphy steps in with 2 away and nobody on. First pitch coming to Murphy from Carter. Makes contact, sends it out into right field, and it will be a hit for Murphy. The first hit of the ball game for the Dodge City A's. Brings up Jaron Gorsh. Gorsh, the right fielder tonight for the Dodge City A's. 1 on, 2 away. The A's working their first trip through the batting order. First pitch in to Gorsh for ball number 1. Our guys out doing their best to sell the 50-50 tickets tonight. Isaiah Velasco and Matthew Rivers out selling 50-50 tickets for the Dodge City A's. A 1-1 count to Gorsh. Phil Carter on the mound for his second inning of work. Goes low and outside in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. One of the A's players actually won the car wash last night. Gorsh comes up empty on that strike and is even in the count at 2 apiece. .92 and sunny in Dodge City. We reached a high of 96 earlier in the afternoon. That pitch fouled off. It was actually not fouled off. It was a dropped strike 3 that gets Gorsh on. So it's 92 in Dodge City. Winds at 7 mile an hour. Feels like 93. It's going to send Engel out to have a quick conversation with his pitcher Carter, and it brings up Eric Mendoza for the Dodge City A's. Mendoza actually got some work in last night, closed out the ball game on the mound for the Dodge City A's, came in the bottom of the 7th to get the final out, and then went the 8th and 9th innings for the A's. Eric, the Dodge City high school product, just out of high school, and that pitch inside, it's ball number 1. Strike called on Eric Mendoza, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. Zach Morris stands in the on-deck circle for the Dodge City A's, and he would complete the first trip through the batting order. One pitch as Carrillo comes charging at second. Runners go, and it is grounded to the second baseman. Throw to first in time. That barely beats out Mendoza. Mendoza almost beat that one out, but that ends the inning. We're headed to the top of the 3rd. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Joey Little leads off for the Fort Collins Foxes. Grounds one directly at Shannon Martin. He bobbles it, and that'll be a leadoff error. Phoenix West at the plate for the Foxes. West in a 1-0 count takes a pitch, drives it to right field, and it is played off the wall, and that'll put runners on second and third. Here comes Nicholas Bertucci. Bertucci swung and missed, going down on strikes his last time up. A 0-0 ball game as we've worked our way into the top of the third. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Foxes. No runs on a hit and 1 error for the Dodge City A's. The first pitch, rather second pitch in for strike number 2, and Bertucci is down in the count 0-2. 0-2 pitch, framed by McAvoy on the outside, but not called. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Time was called and we'll go back to work. The 1-2 from Airhorn comes inside. No call. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Bertucci. Runners on second and third and nobody out for the Foxes. Swung on and missed does Bertucci. He's got his second strikeout of the ball game, and here comes James Wright. Wright also struck out swinging his last time up. Middle of the order here for the Foxes. Five strikeouts in the game already for Cole Airhorn, who has thrown 44 pitches, 24 in 4 strikes. The pitch swung on and missed does Wright, down in the count 0-1. The A's are trying to salvage this one after falling in the last 2 games to the Foxes. They would like to try to go to Fort Collins on Monday and try to get at least a series split out of the deal. That pitch outside to even the count at 1 apiece. So the A's trail the series 0-2 to the Fort Collins Foxes. So coming up, the A's will go to Fort Collins. They actually leave on Sunday. They will play on Monday. They will finish the series there as a pitch grounded to third, throw to home in time on the fielder's choice, and they'll trade an out and that will put runners on the corners. Runners on the corners with 2 away, and in steps Vinny Angle. Angle singled his last time up. Takes the first pitch inside for strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch, air horn comes set. Delivers, chopped foul, gets Angle down in the count, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count with runners on the corners as that pitch comes in, gets away from McAvoy, and down in the dugout it goes. It will be out of play, and Wright will have to stay at second. One-two pitch. The Foxes now lead this game 1-0. That pitch is fouled off. Makes the count 1-2. Pitch down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 run in this inning for the Fort Collins Foxes. The 2-2 pitch coming. Swung on and missed, and that will end the inning as Angle will come up empty, and we are headed to the bottom of the 3rd. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Zach Morris set to lead off for the Dodge City A's as we've entered the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the throwdown has happened, so we're set to go for the bottom of the 3rd. Zach Morris leading off for the Dodge City A's as they complete their first trip through the batting order. Mora steps in to face Phil Carter, who is now out for his third inning of work. Cole Airhorn has gone 3 innings. 53 pitches, 30 have been in 4 strikes. Phil Carter, as he enters the bottom of the third, 31 pitches, 23, 4 strikes. Ball number 1 issued to Zach Mora. As I said earlier, the A's looking for their first league win against the Fort Collins Foxes. That pitch misses high. Makes the count 2 balls and no strikes. Turn the lineup over to Shannon Martin after this. As he stands in the on-deck circle. That pitch called strike on the inner part. So the A's will have a 4-game road trip coming up. 1 at Fort Collins and then 3 in Gering, Nebraska against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. 2 of those games against the Pioneers are league games that will finish the league series with the Pioneers. And then the final game on Thursday will be an 11 a.m. Mountain start, and it will be a non-league contest. That pitch is fouled off by Mora to even the count at 2 apiece. 2024 season starting to near its completion for the Dodge City A's. They will play their final game of the regular season on July the 22nd as they travel to Hayes for that contest. That pitch is fouled off to remain alive. The count stands at 2-2 to Mora. The 2-2 pitch coming up from Carter. Kicks and fires. Mora swings, comes up empty, and that will be out number 1. Back at the top of the order with Shannon Martin. Martin batting .282 coming in to tonight's contest. Shannon Martin, the sophomore from Texas Southern, comes from New Orleans, Louisiana. The first pitch to him from Carter for strike number 1. Martin grounded out his last time up. 0 for 1 in the ball game. That pitch fouled off, has Martin down in the count 0-2. Big deep breaths down there, Shannon. You're going to be all right. 0-2 pitch coming up from Phil Carter. Martin fouls that one off to stay alive. The count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Carter delivers. It's inside. One ball and 2 strikes account to Shannon Martin. Martin looking in. Fouls it off the end of the bat and broke it. Well, 2 broken bats so far in this series, as that one will join the lumber pile. Matthew Rivers broke his last night. That pitch inside, and the count evens itself at 2 apiece. It's one of the hazards of the wood bat league where broken bats happen, especially when pitches are run inside on the hands. Martin makes contact, sends it off the end of the bat. Aiden Krause out in center field to pull that one down for out number 2. Here comes Grant Weisermans. Weisermans is batting .400 on the season. The freshman from Westmont comes from Murrieta, California. Weiserman's grounded out his last time up. The first pitch from Carter to Weisermans. So he fires in. He'll swing on it, but nothing happening. Down in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch delivered inside, and it is called a strike. Has Weisermans down 0-2. The A's trying to avoid going 1-2-3 for the second time in the ball game. Weisermans will swing. He'll come up empty. That'll do it as we head to the top of the fourth. A 1-0 ball game in favor of the Foxes. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Mike Santos LaPlaca set to lead off for the Foxes. We've entered the top of the fourth. Cole Airhorn out for his fourth inning of work. Delivers low and outside for ball number 1. Seven, 8, and 9 due up for the Foxes in this inning as LaPlaca swings, comes up empty to even the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1 pitch from Airhorn called strike and gets LaPlaca down 1-2. That pitch just curving too much, misses outside. Count evens itself at 2 apiece. The 2-2 delivery gets LaPlaca to swing, comes up empty and down on strikes, out number 1, and the 7th strikeout of the game for Cole Airhorn. the fans get what they want, and they're getting discounted beers for the next 15 minutes. And J.J. Fontana down in the count 0-1 as that pitch is delivered high for ball one to even the count at one apiece. Man, what a crowd it is going on over there at the beer cart as fans are starting to filter in to get their discounted beers. Pitch called strike and gets Fontana down in the count 1-2. You can't see the beer cart on the live stream, but it is off just behind the third base dugout. The third base dugout, by the way, occupied by your Dodge City A's. 1-2 pitch fouled off to remain 1 ball and 2 strikes to J.J. Fontana. He flew out his last time up, was the catcher for the Fort Collins Foxes yesterday. Moves into the infield today. That pitch outside. It will even the count at 2 apiece. Air horn now at 63 pitches. 36 have been strikes. Two delivery. Grounded. Touched by air horn. Fielded by Eric Mendoza. The throw to first is in time and out number 2. Aiden Krause steps in. He walked on his last time up. Krause represents the 9-hole hitter and the end of the second trip of the batting order for the Foxes as the pitch comes in high for ball number 1. There is a pitcher throwing down in the Foxes bullpen. No work currently in the A's. Airhorn yanks that one across the zone and called strike to even the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Airhorn has the Fort Collins batters well off balance right now. One ball, 2 strikes, the count on Krause. 2 away as that pitch misses high to even the count at 2 apiece. Two delivery. Makes contact, sends it to left field. More backtracking. Has it just ahead of the warning track, and that will end it as the Foxes go down 1, 2, 3. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. It is a 1-0 ball game. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Leading off in the bottom of the fourth, it is Mr. Tyler McAvoy for your Dodge City A's. McAvoy, the catcher tonight. He comes into tonight's contest batting .300 on the season. Tyler McAvoy, another of the Westmont products, played his freshman season, comes from Fontana, California. And yes, Miss Teresa, we do look forward to seeing you in Fort Collins as well. A 1-0 pitch to Tyler, who struck out swinging his last time up. Makes contact, sends it to the right field side. It's going down. It's in. McAvoy digging for second, and he will be in. He's sliding in with a double. Another extra bases hit for Mr. Tyler McAvoy, and the A's are in business with a runner in scoring position. Here comes Ryan Buckley. Buckley steps in, batting .125. He just joined the A's not too long ago. Buckley went down swinging his last time up. Ryan Buckley, the sophomore from Lake Erie, comes from Mishawaka, Indiana. Buckley takes the first pitch, pops it up. It's on the infield. The first baseman giving chase, called off by the second baseman, Fontana. He'll take it right on the foul line for out number one. McAvoy stands steady at second. That brings in C.D. Sharple. Sharple's batting .220 on the season for the Dodge City A's. The sophomore from Northwest Nazarene in Post Falls, Idaho. Sharple's grounded out in his last at bat. One on and one away for the A's. Makes contact, fouls it off. Down in the count, 0-1. Phil Carter on the mound. He's back out for his fourth inning of work. Has thrown 50 pitches, 37 of those in 4 strikes. A little over 2-to-1 strike to ball ratio for Phil Carter, as that pitch misses for ball number 1. Count even at 1 apiece. We are in the bottom of the fourth of this ball game. The A's trail 1-0. Nice. 1-1 pitch from Carter misses inside, and that makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 delivery coming as Carter's looking in. Has his sign, come set. The pitch. Looked pretty good. A fastball. It was on the inside half for sure. It would have been a jam shot had Sharple swung on it. Either way, it evens a count at 2 apiece. That pitch goes low, and the count runs full. A payoff pitch coming from Phil Carter. He takes a long look back at McAvoy at second. Now he's looking in. Has his sign, he comes set. Right foot on the right first base side of the rubber, and Sharples fouls that one off to keep the count full. Another payoff pitch coming from Carter. Pitch misses inside, And that'll put 2 runners on with 1 away. Nate Murphy stepping in for his second at bat. He singled his last time up. Murphy batting .217 on the season. Played his freshman season this last year at Northeast Oklahoma. Comes from Bixby. First pitch to Murphy. He makes contact, fouls it off. Down in the count, 0-1. Free steps in. A 1 pitch. Called strike over the outer half. It's got Murphy down in the count, 0-2. 2 on, 1 away for the Dodge City A's in the bottom of the 4th. The Foxes scored their lone run back in the 3rd inning. They would get their leadoff on an error, and then their second batter would hit a double. And he would score on a wild pitch. Both teams with 2 hits apiece. The A's with 1 error as well. The Foxes have already stranded 5. The A's have stranded 2 through the first 3 innings. That pitch is fouled off. Count remains at 1-2. One, 2 delivery. Carter looking in, has his sign. Murphy makes contact. It's cut off by the second baseman, but it rolls out into right field. Here comes McAvoy. He will score, and we have ourselves a tie ball game. An RBI single from Nate Murphy, and the game is all tied up at 1 apiece. Runners at first and second for the Dodge City A's, and here comes Jaron Gorsh. Gorsh got on a drop third strike his last time up. He ran it out. Gorsh with a .200 batting average in just his second game of the season. Pitch called strike. Jaron Gorsh, a redshirt freshman from the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, and comes from Colorado Springs, Colorado as well. An 0-1 delivery coming up to Gorsh. At pitch, misses high. To even the count at 1 apiece. Two balls and 1 strike. Gorsh getting some instructions from the third base coach. Two 1 pitch goes low, and it's 3-1. The A's with just 1 out. 1 run in, and runners on first and second. Sharples at second, Murphy at first. Carter delivers. It's swung on. Coming up empty is Gorsh, and the count will run full. The payoff pitch. Carter delivers, fouled off. It will go back and out of play. We'll do it over again. Carter delivers a fly ball. It's out into center field. One run coming home. The throw home actually goes to third, and Gorsh will be over to second on the throw. The A's take a 2-1 lead. So they go out and have a mound visit. The Foxes are going to make a pitching change. We'll tell you about it when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Eric Mendoza steps in to face the new pitcher, who we have absolutely no idea who it is. He pitched in game 1 the other night because he's in the record books. Has Mendoza down in the count 0-2. Runners on second and third with one away for the A's. That pitch misses high and outside for ball number 1. Mendoza has a 111 batting average coming into today. He'll go down swinging for out number 2. That brings up Zach Mora. Mora went down swinging his last time up. Mora batting 193 on the season. Zach Mora, the freshman from Westmont, comes from Moore Park, California. The A's with 2 runners on and 2 away. They have taken the 2-1 lead on 2 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. The first pitch swung on and missed by Mora. That pitch misses high. Makes it 1-1. Two balls and 1 strike, the count to Zach Mora. So he'll take that one for strike number 2. Mora sends that one foul. It'll go out of play, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch is caught in foul territory by the first baseman, LaPlaca. That will end the inning, but the A's take the lead. We're headed to the top of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. A 1-0 count, and Max Carrillo is grounded out, and that will bring in Joey Little. Little is 0 for 2, got on an error his last time up. That pitch called strike has Little down in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch yanked to the outside, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. Cole Airhorn on the mound for his 5th inning of work for the Dodge City A's. As that pitch is grounded to Mendoza. Throw to first in time, and that will be out number 2. Two away for the Foxes, and in steps Phoenix West, who doubled his last time up. Pitch is taken for strike number 1. Airhorn now at 75 pitches, 44 have been strikes, as that one gets down in the outfield, and that will put a runner on. Little 2-out single, nothing hurt. Brings up Nicholas Bertucci. Bertucci has struck out both times he's been at the plate. See if we can go for the hat trick here. 1-2 the count on Bertucci as the pitch comes in high to even the count at 2 apiece. The 2-2 freezes Bertucci right on the inside edge, and that is a strikeout that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. The A's lead at 2-1. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Leading off back at the top of the order for the Dodge City A's, here comes Shannon Martin. Martin flew out his last time up. A pitch over his head. Shannon might have seen his life flash before his eyes on that one. Shannon with 15 RBIs on the season. He has drawn 19 free bases. Pitch called strike to even the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. And that will put Martin down in the count 1-2. The 1-2 misses high to even the count at 2 apiece. Lights coming on at Cavalier Field as the sun begins the process of setting here in western Kansas. That pitch misses, and the count runs full. A's starting their third trip through the batting order. Martin makes contact. It's headed out to left field, and it'll be down. Hits against the wall and caroms away, and Martin will be in easily with a stand-up double. And the big hammer hit from Shannon Martin. The A's have a runner on and nobody out. I cannot tell you how good it is to see these guys out there having fun tonight. It's been a tough last 2 nights at the ballpark for the Dodge City A's, and they're having fun tonight, and it's a good sight to see. Here comes Grant Weisermans. He's 0 for 2. Weisermans with 34 RBIs on the season and 10 bases on balls. Takes a first pitch for ball number 1. He'll send that one foul up the third base side, and that'll even the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1 pitch coming up as he's on the third base side of the rubber. Fires in high for ball number 2. No work down in the bullpen for the Fort Collins Foxes. The 2-1 pitch coming up to Weisermans. Step off. Three balls and 1 strike. The count to Grant Weisermans. The pitch coming up. Takes a look back at second. Yanks it for ball number 4. That'll put 2 on and brings up Tyler McAvoy. I'm fine, Maddie. So here comes Tyler McAvoy. He's 1 for 2 on the evening. T-Mac with 14 RBIs and 15 free bases. The pitch, strike on the outside edge. Tyler doubled his last time up. Runners on first and second. Nobody out for the Dodge City A's. Martin still at second. Grant Weiserman's now at first. The 0-1 pitch. T-Mac sends it foul up the first base side. A worm burner. Down in the count, 0-2 now. Tyler steps in for the 0-2 pitch. Has his stance. Delivered outside and low to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tyler calls time, steps out of the batting box. He's going to adjust his batting gloves. And he'll step back in. The count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The A's leading 2-1. They scored and took the lead in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch misses outside and low. Evens a count at 2 apiece. The 2-2 pitch. As he comes set. 2-2 is fouled off into the third base's coaching box. And the count remains 2-2. T-Mac leaves that one off, and it is outside. Count, it has run full to Tyler McAvoy. Nobody out for the Dodge City A's. And a payoff pitch coming here. Looking in and has a sign. Come set. Shannon dancing out at second. McAvoy makes contact. It's headed out to right field. It is pulled down, and nothing will happen, as it will just be a fly out for T-Mac and 1 away for the Dodge City A's. So that'll bring in Ryan Buckley. Buckley's 0 for 2. No RBIs, but a free base for him on the season. Buckley flew out his last time up. Takes the first pitch and swings for strike number 1. Runners go. The pitch is outside. Throw down to second. It rolls out into center field. Here comes a run. It'll be an error on the Foxes. And Grant Weiserman's will end up on third. Shannon Martin scores, and the A's lead it 3-1. Down in the count, 1-2 is Buckley. One away for the Dodge City A's. Runner on third. The A's have now scored in both the 4th and 5th innings. The 1-2 pitch goes low, and it will even the count at 1 apiece. Two balls, 2 strikes to Buckley. Makes contact, but lines it right back at the second baseman Fontana for out number 2. Brings in C.D. Sharples. The A's have 2 away. Sharples walked on his last time up. He'll take the first pitch for strike number 1. Sharples with 3 RBIs, but has drawn at 10 free bases. That pitch outside to even the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. Sharples down in the count, 1-2. One-two pitch coming to CD. Makes contact, fouls it off, and the count remains 1-2. So that will do it for this inning. The A's extend their lead 3-1 as Sharples will go down swinging. We're headed to the top of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Thanks some of our sponsors: Bella Italia Ristorante LLC, Daniel L. Love, David H. Snap LC, Robert L. White, John Wilkinson, Hinton Plumbing, Mead Lumber Company, Roger A. Hedrick, and Julian Manuel Garcia. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Cole Airhorn goes out for his 6th inning of work. Airhorn at 81 pitches, 48 have been strikes.
No, I didn't say nothing. I'm saying the last inning was super quick. I'm going
5, 6, and 7 due up for the Foxes here. So they will lead off with their designated hitter, James Wright. Wright, a fielder's choice his last time up, is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Wright is swinging a miss, and he's down in the count 0-1. 0-1 delivery from Airhorn. Goes a little bit low to even the count at 1 apiece.
No, you're right. If he said that, then you're right. I didn't hear him say that. How many pitches is that?
That pitch is fouled off.
How many pitches is he at?
84. Two balls and 2 strikes, the count to James Wright. That pitch goes outside and the count runs full. Matthew Chavez in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. That pitch is fouled off. Will do the payoff over again. Payoff misses outside, and the Foxes will have their leadoff runner aboard. The third inning of the ball game that the Foxes will get their leadoff runner on, as Vinny Engel takes the pitch outside for ball number 1. 1-2 the night for Engel, a single and a strikeout. Martin goes out to have a conversation with Airhorn and will go back to work. Pitch is fouled off, goes into the netting to even the count at 1 apiece. Down in the count, 1-2 is Engel as he comes up empty on that swing. We've worked our way into the top of the 6th. The A's leading it 3-1. Curveball didn't quite curve enough to catch the zone, and the count now even at 2. The 2-2, high. Payoff pitch coming from Airhorn. Nobody out. 1 on for the Foxes. That pitch called strike on Engel, and he'll go back to the dugout as he's caught looking for out number 1. That'll bring in LaPlaca. LaPlaca struck out swinging his last time up. And if memory serves me correct, that was the 9th strikeout of the ball game for Cole Airhorn. Airhorn delivers right down the middle, and it is strike number 1 to LaPlaca. LaPlaca is 0 for 1 in the ball game, a walk and a strikeout. He'll come up empty on that swing. Down in the count, 0-2. 1 on, 1 away for the Foxes. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. He will go down swinging, and for the next 15 minutes, the fans in the crowd get dollar off beers. The A's in this just implemented the beer batter in this series, and it is paying dividends tonight for the Dodge City A's. Here comes J.J. Fontana with 2 out and 1 runner on. Fontana 0 for 2, grounded out his last time up. Fontana takes the first pitch for strike number 1. Cole Airhorn now at 98 pitches. 58 have been in for strikes. The pitch right over the outside part and has Fontana down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 pitch coming from Airhorn. Comes inside for ball number 1. No damage done on that one. Keep the batters off balance. The 1-2 pitch inside again. The count evens itself at 2 apiece. The 2-2 is fouled off. A quick reaction from Fontana just to make contact and foul it off, and the count remains 2-2. Airhorn comes set. Delivers a called strike on the outside edge, and Airhorn will strike out the side in the top of the 6th. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Murphy, Gorsh, and Mendoza due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Nate Murphy leading off in the bottom of the 6th for the Dodge City A's. Murphy is 2 for 2, 2 singles on the night, as that pitch is over his head for ball number 1. Nate Murphy with 10 RBIs on the season, 14 free bases. The 1-0 pitch. Inside again, and the count now 2-2. 2 balls and 1 strike as the pitch high and inside, and it's now 3-1. We've worked our way into the bottom of the 6th inning. The A's leading this one 3-1. 1 run, 3 hits, an error for the Foxes. They've stranded 7. 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. The A's have stranded 5. That pitch, a high fly ball. Tracking it is Aiden Kraus just ahead of the warning track. He'll have it for out number 1. One away for Jaron Gorsh. Gorsh 1 for 2 in the ball game, a single his last time up. Gorsh has actually been on base both times he's been at the plate. A dropped strike 3 that he beat out the throw. His first time up, the pitch outside and low for ball number 1. Gorsh with 1 RBI after last night's ball game. Takes that for ball number 2. The 2-0 pitch, high again, and it's 3-0. The 3-0 offering. Little high, but called strike. Makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. That pitch is fouled off, and the count runs full to Gorsh. The payoff pitch coming up here. Has his sign and come set. Payoff pitch called strike. So Gorsh will get caught looking, and 2 away for the Dodge City A's. That brings up Eric Mendoza. Mendoza a strikeout his last time up. Eric Mendoza with 3 RBIs on the season has also drawn 1 free base. First pitch outside for ball number 1. He's thrown 48 pitches, 25 have been in for strikes. Mendoza fouls that one off, and it'll go over towards the bullpen to even the count at 1 apiece. Two balls, 1 strike to count to Eric Mendoza, as the A's in their final third of their 3rd trip through the batting order. That pitch called strike to even the count at 1 apiece. Mendoza makes contact, sends it out to right field. A diving attempt as the right fielder loses it, and he's in with a stand-up double.
Dude, we have like straight doubles today.
That'll bring up Zach Mora. Mora steps on with a runner on in scoring position, and 2 away. Mora flew out into foul territory his last time up. Zach Mora, 8 RBIs with 9 free bases. Pitch misses outside for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch. Mendoza with a big lead off a second. Mora makes contact. It'll be flown out to center. Kraus there to pull it down, and that will end the inning. We are headed to the top of the 7th. 9-1-2 due up for the Foxes when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Matthew Chavez now on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Cole Airhorn goes 6 innings for the Dodge City A's, allowing just 1 run. He threw 103 pitches, 61 were strikes. So Matthew Chavez now on the mound, comes in with a no record. He will face Aiden Kraus. Kraus takes ball number 1. That pitch misses inside, and it's now 2-0. Matthew, making his 7th appearance for the Dodge City A's, has pitched 10 1/3 innings, a 4.36 ERA, 5 earned runs on 9 runs total, has walked 9 and struck out 7. 3-1 the count now to Kraus, who flew out his last time up. Takes ball 4 to get a leadoff runner aboard. Back at the top of the order for the Foxes. They're starting their 3rd trip through the batting order with Max Carrillo. Carrillo, actually it's their 4th trip. Carrillo 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out the night so far for him. We've worked our way into the top of the 7th. The A's leading it 3-1. The first pitch inside, throw down to second, and a sweeping tag, but not quite in time. So a runner now in scoring position for the Foxes with nobody out. The 0-1 or 1-0 delivered makes it 2-0. Two on and nobody out. We have a quick mound visit between Martin and Chavez, and that brings in Joey Little. Little's 0 for 3, grounded out his last time up. First pitch outside for ball number 1. 1-0. Left high and inside, now 2-0.
Good pitch.
Pitch delivered down the zone, and the count runs to 2 balls and 1 strike. Chavez struggled to find the zone a little bit, found it on that one. Let's see if he can stay consistent now. That pitch sent to right field, and it is over the wall, a 3-run home run. The Foxes take a 4-3 lead. Well, we've said it before, walks are deadly, and those really hurt now as
Yeah, it was a line drive too. I thought he was gonna get out. I thought he, yeah. I don't know how they carried that.
that 3-run shot gives the Foxes a 4-3 lead. Still nobody out, 3 runs in for the Foxes here in the top of the 7th. The bring in Phoenix West. He is 2 for 3, a double and a single the last 2 times he's been up. Takes the first pitch for strike number 1. Cole Airhorn will now get a no decision as West sends the bat flying, and he'll be down in the count 0-2. Mr. Coach, can we get that boy some stickum, please? So Matthew Chavez last pitched against the Denver Cougars back on June the 29th. He went 3 2/3 innings in that ball game. 4 earned runs on 7 total, striking out 2 and walking 3. That was also his longest outing of the season. The 0-2 pitch. A high fly ball. It's headed down the right field wall, fielded off the wall, and it will be a stand-up double. So after the injured player at second, and now the A's opt to make a pitching change, it looks like Garrett Martin will take over the mound for the Dodge City A's. We'll tell you more when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Garrett Martin takes over the mound for the Dodge City A's. The night for Matthew Chavez is done. He will face Nicholas Bertucci. Take this opportunity to thank some more of our sponsors: Village Square Mall, First Dental, ITC Great Plains LLC, Kelly Hendricks DDS, Kirby Meat, Best Water of Southwest Kansas, Danny Thomas, and Wendy Barnett. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Garrett Martin enters the night a 3-1 record, 3 wins and 1 loss for his pitching. Martin making his 13th appearance for the Dodge City A's. Has pitched 27 1/3 innings coming into tonight's contest. A 6.58 ERA, 16 hits, or 16 walks, I should say, 18 strikeouts, 32 hits allowed, and 24 runs. Only 20 of them are earned, though, with his 6.58 ERA. So we will go to work. So 1 on, 3 runs in, and a nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Bertucci takes a big swing for strike number 1. Bertucci 0 for 3. He has struck out every time he's been at the plate. The 0-1 misses outside, makes it 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Bertucci sends it off the end of the bat, foul, to be down in the count, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Martin takes a look back at second. Fires in. Misses low for ball number 2. Two-two pitch on the horizon. Misses high and inside, and the count runs full. I can see the ketchup, hot dog, and mustard race contestants getting set up off behind the third base dugout. So we'll see that race coming up in between innings. A pickoff move almost had Phoenix West, but diving in underneath, and we'll go to work. The count full.
That was at his knee. He was toast.
Payoff pitch coming from Martin. Lefty on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Sends that one to the third baseman. Looks West back to second. And
Good stop. Good back.
West will go to third anyway. So a ground out will move a runner over to third. Brings in James Wright. Wright is 0 for 2, walked on his last time up. Garrett Martin last pitched against these Fort Collins Foxes on the first night, July the 9th. Went 1 inning in that ball game, allowing 2 runs on 4 hits. Pitch called strike has Wright down 0-1. Down in the count, 0-2 is Wright. Wright, a strikeout, a fielder's choice, and a walk. His night at the plate so far. 1 on, 1 away for the Foxes. The 0-2 pitch hits him, and that'll put runners on the corners. Benny Engel steps in, 1 for 3. Got caught looking his last time up. Single and 2 strikeouts tonight at the plate for Engel. Runners on the corners with 1 away. The pitch misses low for ball 1. Chasten Keck will make his way to the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. We've worked our way into the visitors' half of the 7th inning, the top of the 7th. As McAvoy will block that one, keep it in front of him for a 2 balls and no strike count on the catcher Engel. That ball gets through. That'll score a run, and it'll put runners on first and second. Brings in LaPlaca. LaPlaca's 0 for 2, has struck out the last 2 times he has been at the plate. Courtesy runner on for Engel, and it will be Barta. And thank you, Mr. Umpire, for making that known that there was a courtesy runner out there. LaPlaca takes strike number 1. That pitch inside to even the count at 1 apiece. The A's now trail at 5-3. 5 runs, 6 hits, and an error for the Foxes. 3 runs on 6 hits and an error for the A's. The 1-1 pitch Again, through the right side, runner rounding third, the throw home, cut off, and they'll go to third, and they will get the out there. So that'll bring in J.J. Fontana. Another run scores, and the Foxes lead at 6-3. Plaka on at first with 2 away. Fouls that first pitch off. And Fontana is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Got caught looking his last time up. The 0-1 delivery. Misses for ball number 1. Fontana swings at that one, comes up empty. Down in the count, 1-2. McAvoy blocks that one again to keep the runner at first. The A's trail 6-3 in the 2-2 count. Pitch goes foul. Count remains 2-2. Fontana just a little bit behind that one, as it wasn't foul by very far. So we'll do the 2-2 pitch here. Martin set. So that'll put runners on first and second, and 2 away. Brings up Aiden Krause in the 9-hole for the Foxes. Krause 0 for 1. Walked on his last time up. He's walked on twice in the ball game. 2 walks and a flyout as the Foxes complete their 4th trip through the batting order. 5 runs in here in this inning for the Foxes. First pitch inside for ball 1. That'll load the bases with that single through the left side. Back at the top of the order with Max Carrillo. Carrillo's 0 for 2. Walked on his last time up. th batter of the inning for the Fort Collins Foxes. So that mound visit's done, and we'll go back to work. Martin remains on the mound for the Dodge City A's. He'll take a walk around as Tyler McAvoy makes his way back behind home plate. So we'll go to work as Carrillo gets his second at-bat of the inning. He walked on and takes the first pitch for ball number 1. Pitch is called strike to even the count at 1 apiece.
He's been calling that like all night. More than that. Yeah, and that one was even more in. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's confusing.
2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch delivered.
I was like 3 inches farther out than the last one.
Called strike to even the count at 2 apiece.
Calls, he'll give one to the pitcher, one to the catcher every time, which isn't bad. But it's like just call it the same, you know?
Deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard.
I mean, I went to the hitter, one to the pitcher.
That pitch is fouled off, and we'll do the 2-2 over again.
Let's go, baby. Finish him off.
Pitch grounded to Martin at short. Throw to first. In time. It will end the inning. And we get out of this one. It is stretch time in Dodge City. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Back at the top of the order with Shannon Martin leading off in the bottom of the 7th. Martin's 1 for 3, doubled his last time up. Fouls off the first pitch he sees. Shannon Martin has scored 23 runs on 24 hits this season. Takes that pitch for ball number 1.
Nice. Good.
2 balls and 1 strike, the count on Martin. The A's trail 6-3 after the Foxes hung 5 runs in the top half of the inning. That pitch misses high. 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 delivery. Inside, called strike to even the count, or count runs full. The payoff pitch misses outside, and the A's get their leadoff runner aboard.
Same thing.
I'll bring in Grant Weisermans. Weisermans with 22 runs scored on 42 hits for the season. Martin goes. It'll be ball 1, and he's in safely at second.
Dude, he cooked that, bro. He was way there. Good throw, though. It was kind of a dime. Right over it. Yeah, no one was there. Yeah, that was a dime. That was literally like 8 inches above the bag, right over it. I thought it was going to hit him. It went right over, almost.
1-0 count on Weisermans, who is 0 for 2, walked on his last time up. Martin dancing around at first. Grant fouls that one back into the net to even the count at 1 apiece.
How many homers
1-1 count on Grant Weisermans. The delivery goes high for ball number 2. Shannon Martin led off with a walk, now at second. Nobody out for the Dodge City A's. They trail 6-3.
all day. Yup, go, 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 go.
Oh, a throwing error by the pitcher, and it'll move Martin over to third.
Go work, baby. Yeah, boy. Yeah.
As some people would say, party of 1. We'll go back to work. A 2-1 count on Grant Weisermans. He'll foul that one off, and the count evens itself at 2 apiece.
Shan's gonna score though, either way.
Weisermans pops that one up. It's headed out into left field, tracking it ahead of the warning track. Martin tags up. The throw home offline, and the sac fly does its job, and the A's score 1. They're within 2 at 6-4. So that'll bring up Tyler McAvoy. McAvoy's 1 for 3. He flew out his last time up. T-Mac with 12 runs scored on the season on 21 hits. That pitch in for strike number 1.
I can already tell there's gonna be a call 2 inches more inside for a ball.
Nobody on and one away for the Dodge City A's. 1 run in. That pitch is fouled off. Has Tyler down in the count, 0-2. The Foxes scored 1 in the third, 5 in the seventh. Your A's 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and now 1 so far in the seventh. Another ball rolls out of the Fort Collins bullpen. Someone might want to remind the catcher out there in that bullpen what his job description is. The 0-2 pitch. Misses outside. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball delivered outside and gets Tyler to go fishing. He'll come up empty. And that'll be 2 away for the Dodge City A's. That'll bring up Jake Vassell hitting for the Dodge City A's. He will take over the DH spot from Ryan Buckley. A 1-0 count on Jake. Vassell steps in. He's batting .378 on the season for the A's. Comes up empty on that swing. The pitch down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. The count to Jake Vassell. Nobody on, 2 away for the Dodge City A's. Delivery coming up. Will be strike number 2. Deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. Pitch misses out. And the count runs full. Pitcher wasn't happy with that call. He thought it should have been a strike, and it was definitely not a strike. It is hot outside, you're right. Payoff pitch coming here. Vassell makes contact, and it's over the shortstop's head. It'll get out into shallow center field, and the A's have a runner on. So that'll bring up C.D. Sharples. He's 0 for 2. He's due for something here. Sharples went down swinging his last time up. Sharples has 7 runs and 9 hits on the season. Again, all of these stats are coming into tonight's contest. If you ever want to go find our accurate and fully updated stats, go to http://iscorebaseball.com/Dodge City Athletics. You can find our full game information there. You can go look at past games. You can look at statistics. Everything is up to date as of the most current game. That pitch inside and low, and it's now 2-0. Delivery coming. Sharples checks his swing, and there's no way that you should even be able to appeal that one. It wasn't even close. Three balls and no strikes. Sharples takes that one, a strike on the outer part. 3 balls and 1 strike. Called strike on the inner part to run the count full. The pitcher now at 80 pitches, 42 have been strikes. The payoff pitch misses for ball 4, and that'll put runners on first and second with 2 away. Nate Murphy steps up for the Dodge City A's, but we're going to have a mound visit. Will the Foxes make a pitching change here? That'll remain to be seen. Let's go ahead and thank some more of our sponsors. Clark D. Stewart, Anfragon Financial LLC, and Conant Construction LLC. We'd also like to thank the City of Dodge City and Ford County, the Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, Lewis Automotive Group, and Curbs Law Office LLC. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. The home plate umpire will go out to break up this mound visit. The Foxes got 2 quick outs in the inning and then have put 2 runners on with 2 away. The Foxes make a pitching change. Ethan Brown now on the mound, who pitched against the Dodge City A's on July the 9th. So we'll take a step aside while he takes his warm-up pitches. We'll be back after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Ethan Brown takes over the mound for the Foxes. Nate Murphy steps in for the Dodge City A's. He steps in with 2 on and 2 out. The A's trailing 6-4. We're in the home half of the 7th inning. Ethan Brown allowed 3 walks on the first night that he pitched against the Dodge City A's back on July the 9th. The first pitch in to Nate Murphy for ball 1. Murphy 2 for 3, 2 singles and a fly out. Nate Murphy, 8 runs on 18 hits for the season. Pitch inside. Count now 2-0.
He's actually got such jerky mechanics. It's crazy.
Left foot on the rubber for Brown.
It's like
Fires in, and it's strike number 1.
that's what it looks like. It's because he breaks, right? And once you break, you can't really, you know what I mean? Once he pushes his leg up, and then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, pitch. Like, yeah, we should totally. Shan would be at third, first pitch.
Vassal at second, Sharples at first.
Take that. And he could have got more.
Pitch taken for ball number 3.
I mean, I guess it's going to be a 4-pitch walk. But, yeah, no, it's smart. Yeah, because this guy's wild. They're probably going to see and maybe just get a 4-pitch walk anyways, you know? No, okay, I can kind of
3 balls and 1 strike. The count to Nate Murphy. Brown come in to take over with 2 outs already in the inning. That pitch is called strike to run the count full.
Yeah, he will. He will.
The payoff pitch coming.
Right here, he'll spike you. Yeah. Pulling it. Yank me. Yes. Yeah, I'll take
Called strike 3. It was high and inside. Wow. That was at the it was chest high. I don't know if the umpire wants to go home now, but that is wow. Either way, it was called strike 3. Nate Murphy goes down looking. We're headed to the top of the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Chasten Keck takes over the mound for the Dodge City A's. Gets a foul-induced strike number 1. Chaston Keck a 0-2 record with 1 save as well. Pitch grounded up the middle, and that'll put a runner on for the Foxes.
Whoa, get him, get him. Nice scoop, Shannon. Oh, no. Everyone's getting injured at that bag, bro. Another one. Oh. I didn't see what happened. I thought he caught it.
Phoenix West at the plate after Shannon Martin shakes off that. He got collided into. Martin. Okay. West takes strike number 1. Chaston Keck on the mound for the Dodge City A's. We've worked our way into the top of the 8th. The A's trailing 6-4. West pops that one up, and it will go foul out of play to be down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, and that'll be out number 1. West not happy with himself as he strikes out for the 2nd time in the ball game. That'll bring in Nicholas Bertucci. Bertucci's 0 for 4. 3 strikeouts and a ground out. His night at the plate. Bertucci sends that one to the left side, fielded by Nate Murphy. 1 pitch, 1 out. 2 away now for the Foxes. That'll bring in James Wright. Little at second. James Wright at the plate. 0 for 2 was hit by pitch his last time up. Pitch misses low and outside for ball number 1. The 1-0 fouled back to even the count at 1 apiece. Keck last pitched against the Hayes Larks on July the 7th. So that pitch is fouled off. Count now 1-2. Chasten Keck a 6.92 ERA, 10 strikeouts, 12 walks, 9 hits. As he'll hit right. That'll bring in Vinny Engel. Engel's 2 for 4, singled his last time up. Keck with just 1 wild pitch on the season, or 1 hit batter on the season, I should say. 1 wild pitch as well. The hit batter against the Hayes Larks back on June the 11th. It's a first pitch swinging strike against Engel to get him down in the count 0-1. 2 out, 2 on for the Foxes. Pitch misses high and outside to make it 2-1. Grounded to the second baseman. They'll go to first, and that will end the inning. We are headed to the home half of the 8th. The A's trail 6-4. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Jaron Gorsh leads off the bottom of the 8th inning. The A's trailing 6-4. Gorsh is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Struck out looking his last time up. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Down in the count, 0-2. Gorsh steps out, steps back in. We'll go to work. No balls and 2 strikes. Down. Gorsh comes up empty with the swing, and he'll go back to the dugout. 1 away for the Dodge City A's. Here comes Eric Mendoza. Mendoza's 1 for 3, doubled his last time up. One run and 3 hits on the season for Eric Mendoza. He takes strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch. In for strike number 2. This game has now eclipsed the 3-hour mark. We went almost 4 hours last night. The 0-2 delivery. Mendoza checks the swing, and it's a called strike 3. 2 away for the Dodge City A's. That'll bring in Zach Mora. Mora is 0 for 3. He flew out his last time up. Mora with 16 hits, or 16 runs and 17 hits on the season. First pitch coming to Mora. The A's with 2 away. It's a ball left high.
Those are both lower than that last one. It's bullshit, dude. Not actually. It's ridiculous.
2-0 count on Zach Mora. The 2-0 delivery misses outside, and it's a 3-0 count.
Let's go right here, baby. You're smart. Yup.
Ball 4, take your base. Mora draws a walk, and we turn the lineup over to Shannon Martin. Martin is 1 for 3, walked on his last time up. So the A's starting their 5th trip through the batting order. Martin with 10 stolen bases on the season.
Is it A&M that does the ball 5 chant? Oh my
That
God.
pitch called strike. Stealing at second is Mora.
Let's go, baby.
Count even at 1 apiece.
Oh my
There
God.
goes Mora.
See? He's taking advantage of it. Finally somebody.
1 ball and 2 strikes. The count to Shannon Martin. Mora now at third. Martin swings and misses, and that will get them out of the inning. And we'll go to the top of the ninth. The A's come up empty. They trail 6-4, as it will be 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Foxes. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. LaPlaca leading off for the Foxes takes the first pitch for strike number 1. He is 1 for 3, singled his last time up. Foul tips that one off, and down in the count quickly, 0-2. Plaka already has struck out swinging twice in the ball game. The 0-2 delivery from Keck goes outside for ball 1. So LaPlaca goes down swinging. For out number 1, the third strikeout in the game for LaPlaca. And this will bring in J.J. Fontana. Fontana's 1 for 4, singled his last time up. Pitch high and outside for ball number 1. "13 strikeouts issued by the A's pitching staff in this ball game. It's Fontana now in the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Grounded right back at the pitcher, Keck. Throw to first in time, and now 2 away. What a spin move on the mound by Chaston Keck to snare that one out of the air and make the throw to first. 2 away for the Foxes. And that brings in Aiden Kraus at the bottom of the order. Kraus singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2, has walked on 2 times in the ball game. That pitch misses outside for ball number 1. High fly ball down the left field side. On the fence. What a catch Zach Mora grabbing it on the fence for out number 3, and the A's are headed to the bottom of the 9th, trailing 6-4 as the Foxes go down 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 9th. We're headed to the bottom of the 9th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Grant Weisermans leads off in the bottom of the 9th for the Dodge City A's. He will face Ethan Brown. Brown now at 20 pitches, 12 for strikes. He takes the first pitch strike. Weiserman's 0 for 2, a sac fly his last time up. That was back in the 7th. That pitch is fouled off and down in the count, 0-2. Weiserman's with 10 stolen bases on the season for the Dodge City A's. The 0-2 pitch coming here. Weiserman's makes contact, sends it to the right side. Will be pulled down by Bertucci for out number 1. Brings up Tyler McAvoy. McAvoy is 1 for 4, struck out swinging his last time up. No stolen bases on the season for Tyler. The pitch misses high for ball number 1. The A's down to their final 2 outs. They trail 6-4. It was the big 7th inning that has propelled the Fort Collins Foxes in this ball game. That pitch is fouled off. Evens a count at 1 apiece. One pitch. Misses off the plate to make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch is called strike. Evens a count at 2 apiece. So the A's in game 3 of the series with the Fort Collins Foxes, the closest game so far of the series. Swung on and missed, and that will be out number 2. The A's down to their final out, and here comes Jake Vassell. Vassell came in his last at bat and singled. Jake's been on a bit of a tear as of late. Takes the first pitch for strike number 1. Last night, Jake went 4 for 4. That pitch swung on and missed. Down in the count, 0-2.
It just seems like we. I'm just saying, like, he just fanned our home.
Vassell will go down swinging. That'll end it. The A's fall to the Foxes 6-4. That'll do it for this one. We'll take a step aside. We'll come back with our final game numbers. First, let's thank some more of our sponsors. I Don't Care Family Restaurant and Sports Bar, Parker Haskins Insurance, Rabine Brothers Law Firm, Victory Electric Cooperative Association, Jimmy John's, and Farm County Farm Bureau Association. We're going to take a step aside. We'll do our final game wrap-up when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back in as we wrap this one up. The A's fall to the Fort Collins Foxes tonight 6-4. As we'll thank our final round of sponsors, Service Master and Rapid Response, Dodge City Kenworth, Cargill Meat Solutions, Tommy's Express Car Wash, Dodge City YMCA, EDF Renewables, and Dodge City Eye Care Sports Vision Training. So the A's would get the scoring started early. The Foxes would take an early 1-0 lead, but the A's would take the lead in the bottom of the fourth, leading it 2-1. They would lead 3-1 after the fifth, but the seventh inning would see the Foxes plate 5 and take the lead and never look back. So the Foxes win it 6-4, 6 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors for the Foxes. They strand 12, 4 runs on 7 hits and an error. The A's strand 9. Ethan Brown picks up the win for the Fort Collins Foxes. Matthew Chavez takes the loss for the Dodge City A's. Let's take a look at the scoring summary. One thing to note, one thing that is very interesting in this ball game, the Fort Collins Foxes pitching staff, they strike out 15. Whereas the A's pitching staff, they strike out 13. 28 combined strikeouts in this ball game. The only scoring that occurred was in the third, 1 run for the Foxes, in the fourth, 2 runs for the A's, in the fifth, 1 run for the A's, and in the seventh, it was 5 runs for the Foxes and 1 run for the A's. That would be the scoring summary for the Dodge City A's as we wrap this one up. I am Justin Hergert, was alongside with Matthew Hazard, assisting with the live stream tonight. For the entire A's board and organization, we thank you for following along. The A's fall in the series 3-0 to the Fort Collins Foxes. They will travel to Fort Collins. They take on the Foxes for the final game of the series coming up on Monday. The A's are off the next 3 nights. We leave on Sunday to travel to Colorado. Until then, I say farewell and good night. You have been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.